Yeah. Get it. It's your boy Big Vern. So if you're just joining us here at App Stupid, welcome. We got done covering CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons trying to get money out of Big D, meaning the Dallas Cowboys. And we talked about a weird situation where they're trying to turn guaranteed money into maybe a mites and incentive space. Good luck with that one. Gonna go ahead and shift now. We're gonna look at some college basketball and Darius Acuff Jr., the 5-star recruit. I don't think that this kid is getting enough press. Now he's out of IMG, big powerhouse basketball school, and he's narrowed his choices down to 3 places. The 2025 Rivals 150 is nearing its end, and IMG Academy star Darius Acuff Jr. is poised to announce his college choice today. Acuff will choose among Arkansas, Kansas, and Michigan, all of which he has visited, and he seems to feel comfortable with that. So it's down to Coach Cal, Dusty May, and Bill Self, all of which are quality programs. Now, I'm shocked Dusty May, as a first-year guy at a new school, is in there with the elites. Now, that's not a knock on homie. I just don't feel like he's a hell of a recruiter. I will find out who's the favorite when we get back from a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Moz. Taco Bell, Live Moz. Download the app, order online, or visit your good folks at your local Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Live Moz. So when we last left off, we was talking about Mr. Darius Acuff Jr., 5-star guard out of IMG. Now, things are trending more towards Arkansas, and they have been for some time. The new Razorbacks head coach, John Calipari, who's at Kentucky, and we've got that documented on our page, how he got from Lexington to Arkansas, Little Rock, and Fayetteville, how he got there. Like I said, we've done that ad nauseum. Heavily, he was always in the mix, and he was running the show in Lexington, and that relationship seamlessly transferred when Calipari departed the Bluegrass State for Fayetteville. We talked about this, but that got me to thinking, because if he's right now making a decision about next year, how deep does Calipari's tentacles go into the future? Like, is he actively recruiting the class of 2030? Right now, because him leaving Kentucky was 8 months ago. This kid isn't even out of high school yet. We're talking about him signing for the future. That's a legitimate question. That is a legitimate question. Also, Arkansas in the lead over Michigan, that seems a little strange, because Acuff, he's from Michigan. Yeah, he's from Michigan, so I don't know why he wouldn't be looking at Michigan as a home school. You know, you want to stay close to home. You want to play your college ball at home, hometown hero. I get it. But why he had Michigan on the board, the Michigan fell off the board, and yeah. Now, he chose Arkansas over Michigan, and the reason he did that is because he was comfortable with the Wolverines head coach, Juwan Howard. And so that's what had people thinking that he was going to lean going towards Michigan. That whole situation fell apart in Ann Arbor. We talked about it on our page. We did this back in January. Golly, it's been almost 8 months. We've been doing this for 6 or 7 months. Jesus Christ. We documented everything that was going on in Michigan, how it was a hot mess of a program, and Juwan Howard wasn't even there for the full year. I know people want to look at their record and see, oh, well, it fell off a cliff. Juwan's the one to blame. He had heart surgery. Juwan wasn't even there for half the year. So you couldn't really lay that at his feet. However, the Michigan brass, they didn't think so, and they let him go. He was getting the recruits because he could have had this dude. Had Michigan stuck with Juwan Howard, let him get healthy, give him another 2 years, he would have had 2 or 3 big time guys playing at that school. Right now, you got Dusty May. And again, there's no knock on Dusty May, but when I heard Acuff Jr. had considered Michigan, and then I looked at Dusty B and I said, I don't think he's that kind of recruiter. Not saying that he can't do it, but these are relationships that you would have to have formed before you took that Michigan job. And it just wasn't there. I don't think he was in that mix. So once they pull the trigger on Juwan, then they'd be getting a 5-star standout. As I alluded to earlier, this had nothing to do with Dusty May or his recruiting efforts. In fact, it's the opposite. He's not going to Ann Arbor because his guy isn't there anymore. So why stay? And I was right. But don't forget about Kansas, because he did go to Kansas for a visit in April. And Kansas seemed to really resonate with the 5-star guard when he was on the campus in Lawrence. And he was there for 2 separate occasions. So there were times where it seemed as though Kansas might pull off the lead and land the IMG Academy star. In fact, it still feels like the Jayhawks have a puncher's chance to surprise everyone when Acuff makes the call today. So again, this decision is going to be made today. And I know the media isn't talking about it. I know most of the people who cover college basketball, they're not saying anything about it on TV. They're not even giving it any credence. But I'm telling you, this guy is the goods. This guy is the goods. They're comparing this kid to Kyrie Irving. He's a better version of Kyrie Irving. That's what the consensus is out there. Darius Acuff Jr. is the goods. So it's a 3-legged race. It's not that. It's just a 1v1. It's a dead sprint. It's either going to be Kansas or Arkansas for the win. Now, we'll update you on everything because, like I said, the decision has to be made today. So we're probably going to rerun this story and this graphic because that's what's going to happen. The kid's going to go play with Calipari. Him and Cal have a relationship. They've had a relationship this whole time. And that's why I asked, how deep does Calipari's tentacles go into recruiting? Because it seems like he's actively recruiting the class of 2030. You just had the Boozer twins. Their father went to Duke. The Boozer twins have a relationship with Coach Cal. They're not going to Duke unless their father steps in and, overrules everything. They just came off the Team USA. A star-studded and loaded Team USA. They've got a relationship with Cal. And they're most likely going to end up playing in Fayetteville. Again, this dude is not only a hell of a coach, he's got a hell of a recruiting apparatus. I don't know. Arkansas fan, if you get this kid, let me know how you feel. Are you psyched up that you got somebody nobody's talking about, that they're calling this kid better than Kyrie Irving? Let me know. This is Big Vern. We still